What is happening y'all? Jay here, and in this Elden Ring DLC video, we're gonna complete quests of 4 of the most confusing NPCs, and they are Freyja, Hornsent, Sir Ansbach and Leda, which are all connected, and do them in the correct order so that you don't miss out on any of the rewards. And along the way, we have some very important choices to make, choices that could not only break some quest lines, but you may also lose out on some of the rewards. So let's go. Now this game has 2 very important checkpoints, beyond which the NPCs will move position and you might lose the entire quest. So the first checkpoint is the breaking of Miquella's rune, and before that happens, you wanna meet 3 NPCs. The first one is Freyja, and at the same very site you will meet Hornsent, and this site is the 3 cross path site of grace. Now you wanna head west to the main gate cross site of grace to meet Sir Ansbach. Now while we are focusing on these 4 NPCs, but since we are already here, make sure you meet more as well. Okay, so now you can go ahead and break Miquella's rune, but do make sure you have met all other NPCs and gone through all of their dialogues. Next, you have to progress further into the game until you defeat Rellana, and you will find her at the Ensis Moon Grazing Ground site of grace. After that, you simply need to head straight to reach the Highroad Cross site of grace. At this site, you are going to find both Leda and Hornsent, so speak to them and make sure you exhaust all of their dialogues. Now this is extremely important, so keep talking to them until they start repeating themselves, and I would even suggest to rest at a nearby site of grace and try to speak to them again. Sometimes the NPC needs to reset after a dialogue. Anyways, after this, from the main gate cross site of grace, you wanna head straight to reach the Bellura Tower settlement, and from here, follow me to find the storeroom key. This is the small private altar site of grace. Now, after activating this site of grace, you can either fight him and get his sword, or you can be a little sneaky and get behind him and climb on those rooftops. Head straight and then we have a sharp left. Also, be careful here. There are a lot of enemies here waiting to ambush you. From here, you need to reach the small private altar site of grace. Go through the door here and a quick left to get to the locked room, which can be opened by the key that we just acquired. But before you meet this NPC, you want to make sure you have defeated the divine beast, which you can find here. And you need to do this cause this NPC will only speak to you if you are wearing the divine beast headgear. Upon doing that, you can then go ahead and speak to Hornsent Grandam, and after a lengthy dialogue, you will get the Watchful Spirit incantation. After this, you wanna rest at any nearby site of grace, and when you meet Hornsent Grandam once again, you will get the Scorpion Stew. Now, fun fact, this soup, if you give to Hornsent, you will get the Furnace Visages, and you can use this to then create hefty furnace pots, which can absolutely destroy the furnace golems. Okay, so with that done, you wanna go back to the Highroad Cross site of grace and speak to Hornsent once again, where he basically tells you how he wants to take revenge on Messmer. Okay, short backstory. You see, the Hornsent are also a race of inhabitants from the realm of the shadows who were once purged by Messmer the Impaler, and now Hornsent wants to take revenge on him. After this, you want to quickly rest at the site of grace, and when you reset the area, you will find that Hornsent has moved from his position. Now if that happens, don't worry, that's how it's intended. At the same grace site, you now want to meet Leda, and she wants to eliminate Hornsent. Well, she is actually not concerned if Hornsent wants to kill Messmer, but according to this NPC, vengeance changes a person, so he might try and one day come after Miquella, and Leda will have none of that. Hence, Hornsent needs to die. Now, if you make your way to the Shadow Keep to this location, you will find two summoning signs, one to assist Leda and the second one to assist Hornsent. Now, before you choose the better option where you get more rewards, it's time to progress questlines of the other two NPCs, and to meet them, we need to make our way to the storehouse. Storehouse, first floor, Site of Grace. And from here, we need to make our way to the 4th floor Site of Grace to collect an item which we need to progress the Leda and Ansbach questline. So, to get to this grace site, you wanna hug this wall on the right and then take a right to come across a set of stairs. So take that and then immediately turn left and then take a second right, which will lead you to another set of stairs. And then you're gonna find another set of stairs. This is the third one. So you wanna climb further up, take slight right where you're gonna come across this fire knight. Completely ignore him and make your way to the feet of the statue you see in front of you. So climb that, and on the other side we have the storehouse 4th floor. So we have climbed from the 1st to the 4th. From here, the item that we are looking for is just a stone throw away. So follow me. With that done, it's time to go to the 7th floor and meet Freyja. So now you want to go back the same way you came in and climb these stairs, and then we are looking for a door on your left. Okay, so now we need to make our way through this section to reach the 7th floor. So follow along.
Ever make sense of this jumble?
Okay, so here you will find that Freyja is not very keen to speak to you. So exhaust whatever little dialogue you have with her, and then it's time to go back to the 1st floor to meet the final piece of the puzzle. So as before, you wanna hug the wall on the right, climb the stairs, but this time take the first right to meet the NPC Sir Ansbach, where you first tell him Freyja's decision and second give him the scroll, with which Sir Ansbach gathers the knowledge that Miquella has bought Radhahn's soul back and used the remains of Morg as a vessel for it. Next, you simply want to reset the area, and Sir Ansbach will then give you a letter addressed to Freyja. And to give her the letter, we need to make our way back to the 7th floor. On receiving the letter, Freyja will be much more willing to speak to you, and at the end of the dialogue, you will get the lion's shield, which is nice. And then we need to head back to Sir Ansbach. Now I'm not doing the full run again. By now I'm sure you exactly know how to get here, where you pass on Freyja's message, and he's now essentially gonna laugh and he's gonna be like ha ha ha, and that is gonna be the final dialogue with Sir Ansbach. Now if you go back to the respective positions, you will see both the NPCs are now gone, and if that happens, you are doing everything right. Okay, so now we're gonna leave this area and it's time to head back to the two summoning signs of Leda and Hornsent. And to get there, we need to start at the Highroad Cross Site of Grace and then move north, where we have to fight a boss and then rest at the main Plaza Grace site. From here, we turn left and then head straight down the archway until you find stairs on your right. Take that, but be careful of ambush. Anyways, keep heading straight to find another set of stairs, and you then need to take a narrow door to your right. Avoid all these enemies and go straight through the door in front of you. From here, take a right. We have some more ambush waiting for you, and keep heading straight. Now, at this point of the game, we need to make some decisions which will decide who lives and who dies. and based on your choice, we will lose out on some of the rewards, but if you choose right, you will lose very little in terms of rewards, which according to me is not even that important. Right here you will see two summoning signs, red and yellow. If you choose yellow, you will help Hornsent to kill Leda, and if you choose red, you will help Leda to kill Hornsent. Red for Leda, yellow for Hornsent. Remember that. So which choice does what? Well, if you side with Hornsent, which is a yellow sign, you will get the Swift / Ash of War and Leda's Rune, which is worth 40,000. Also, with Hornsent alive, you can summon him in your fight with Messmer. Now, if you do choose Hornsent, you can still get his armor, and for that, you need to travel to the Church of the Bud area, and it's right next to the Church of the Bud Grace site, where you also find the boss, Romina. And it is here where you will get invaded by Hornsent, and on killing him, you will get the full armor set. Now, if you have trouble finding this area, you can check out my Romina boss location guide, and I'll link that in the description below. But if you do choose Hornsent, remember you will lock yourself out of a very strong weapon, so always choose Leda. And upon defeating Hornsent, you will get his full armor set. Okay, so now that we have defeated Hornsent, you need to make your way to the Highroad Cross Grace, where Leda will give you the talisman that we spoke about. And Leda is not done yet. She will now wanna come after Ansbach. So, after collecting the talisman and exhausting all of her dialogue, you wanna make your way to Ansbach's location. And here too, we have a choice to make. Either side with Sir Ansbach or choose Leda. Now, if you side with Leda, you will get the Ansbach's bow and his armor set. And now, if you go back to the Highroad Cross Grace site, you will get another reward from Leda, the Retaliatory Cross Tree talisman. But that's not what you wanna do. What you should do is assist Sir Ansbach defeat Leda. And for your efforts, you will get the bow. And at the end, after defeating the final boss, you will get his armor, his scythe, and his Ash of War. So in summary, what I always do is assist Leda to kill Hornsent and then assist Sir Ansbach defeat Leda. And the only thing you lose out on is the Swift / Ash of War. And in return, you get an awesome longbow weapon, Ansbach's armor, his scythe, his Ash of War, and the Lacerating Cross Tree talisman. So that's about it. I have tried my best to explain all the choices, yet it can still be quite confusing. So if you have any questions, hit me up in the comment section. And for everything Elden Ring DLC, a like and a sub would be simply lovely.